No, but I think we are maybe 5 or 10%, because if you look at the people outside or the people in general, they seem to want always doing the same thing. I see it as running around in circles for
Yeah.
nothing, you know, and want to go back to, also if they cross over, they often have the desire to connect with the family members and to relive the good old times and everything like this. So they're so focused on this that I really think those people are really going to be reborn with the same soul group and doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again. Because you see, I think they are addicted in some way to this thing, because I think this matrix was supposed to be to just get in, have the experience how it is to be in the physical, and then move on. But somewhere on along the line, the people got hooked to this
Yeah,
life.
totally.
So I feel like really 90 more than is really trapped, you see.
Yeah.
And if you try to help them or explain them, my God, they get angry at you. Or they say you crazy, or you cannot have a conversation about this. And I think this is because in their heart they are afraid that maybe I might be right. I don't know if it's the case, but it feels to me like they are scared. They just don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about afterlife. They don't want to talk about any of this. I mean, it's very rare, at least in my experience with the people here. I don't know if on the countryside it depends on the country, because I went to Bangladesh, and the people there, they are far much more open. They talk normal about that.
Yeah.
I think in Asia, in all Asia, it's like this. So I think the people really here are really on purpose also, because their education is not very good, and that's because of Rockefeller, this
Yes, of
thing.
course.
And I think really it's set up on purpose here to feed off, the people. And it's very sad, because I don't see it very positive. As long as they don't look, they just, it's like nothing. It's like, I don't know.
I used to
But I,
feel like a similar way until I started doing my own like manifestation work. And what I mean is, let's say living in Lithuania, the whole like people here, because of suppression, like being taken over by Russians and then
yeah,
KGB, and whatever you say you're going to be listened to and killed if you have a different opinion. Everyone here is tight-lipped and going by the system. And I live
yeah,
with kind of like hating Lithuanians because they're closed up, they're not nice, they're never gonna say hello, they're never smiling, and they're pretty much like nasty country. And that was
yeah.
my way of thinking about Lithuanians as I grew up here. Going to America, escaping my old belief system and having no idea what America is, all of a sudden this new experience of like all Americans are freaking friendly. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, like I'm still stuck with my own, like closed up KGB slave, whatever, like, and going to America is like so weird. And coming back with friendly mindset, people are great. I saw Lithuanians changing. But the difference was when you live in the same place for a long period of time, you make your own beliefs in your own reality of what it is. Let's say you have your own story about people here in Switzerland or anywhere else. They're, like under Rockefeller inflation. They're like not aware, not awake. They're closed up. They're idiots. They're, like afraid of truth and everything else. And you have your own beliefs about what it is. That is your story. When you go away in Asia, in Bangladesh, or some other places, you see people are awake because you believe that people elsewhere are actually better. And let's say being here, you can start working on, oh my God, like people in Switzerland, like waking up, they're open for the truth. They're finally like fighting the good fight. And I have so many open-minded people. Like I noticed that like with my neighbors and let's say anyone around here, if I just focus on like, hey, everyone here is getting more aware. Everyone here hates vaccination, hates other things. And I just put my own story. The more I focus on my story, the people I meet actually fit my story. So it's, again, you're the God, you're creating everything, but the experiences you've had created this negative reality. And if you start working it as in like, hey, every day I meet a person that's awake and aware and I can talk to them freely. It's like a positive experience, and you just work on one person that you might meet, and all of a sudden you meet them, and you're like, damn, that there's one, and you're gonna start counting more and more and more because you're starting to create a new story. So like a lot has to do with your own energy, your own beliefs, and which reality are you gonna choose to get on. Let's say right now I can drink tea, water, or coffee, and in one of these I'm gonna choose water. So in one of these you can choose people are waking up, or I'm gonna meet people that are like all fucked up and unaware. So again, like a lot has to do with focus on what you're like working on, but it's a lot of effort. It's a whole lot of effort.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. And the creation, the creating things, that's absolutely true, because I can do it. But the funny thing is, I can only do it if I'm in danger, or I really need to. Then I can create. For example, I managed to get out of Geneva, and it was almost impossible to. I didn't know where to go, but I wanted some recreation in the mountains with snow, and I had all those wishes, and I thought, all those wishes, no, I can never match that. But then I had to, and then I start creating, and now I'm here, and everything is here. So
yes.
Yeah, creating, I think I can only do if it's really need to be done. It's not like you, for example. You can create without pressure, I think, behind you, or not. Like
it goes both ways. Let's say I can create without any pressure, but if I go outside and I have an NPC or anyone else come to me and say something and piss me off, my focus goes on, I'm pissed off. And now this energy I have, like, damn it, like, I wish I would have said this thing or done some things differently or gone this other way to avoid the person. But now I'm stuck in thinking, even those few minutes will create enough experiences on my way somewhere else that it's going to drive me crazy. So I have to like, okay, let it go, whatever I can do to drop the conversation and work at flipping it. And for me, like recently, like Christian, I have been watching Tony Robbins. I don't know like how aware you are of, what he's doing, but like one of his techniques is like priming. So you kind of like, let's say, okay, like how would you feel, like when you're depressed and everything else, you kind of like have a certain posture, you breathe differently. But when you're feeling confident, you're all of a sudden straight and breathing better, and you have this like presence about yourself. So it's like you can change your state at any point in time. You practice like, okay, depressed, breathing, kind of feeling weaker, and then this, and you're feeling better. Okay, if I can do this, if I just practice doing this more, being in a stronger presence, how hard is that to use on manifestation? So like right now, every day I'm like using my physical body, my state, and like what I'm focusing on. And there's this incantation where it's similar to affirmations, but it's taking actions, and it's like a spell, and it's like self-hypnotizing. But let's say I'm going to go for a walk with my dog, and I'm going to go like every day in every way. I'm getting stronger, wiser, better, smarter, wealthier, healthier. Let's say I have more money than Jeff Bezos. I have more this and like information and knowledge than anyone else, and blah, blah, blah. And I would just like prime myself with what I want to experience in a positive. And I'm just walking, focusing on that. And I don't have to manifest it right away, but I noticed like recently my YouTube videos got better because I don't stutter. I'm not in a hurry to talk. Yes. And all of a sudden, like I have more clarity. I'm like, damn, like that little thing I was doing with a bit more priming, with just like before making a video, I'm just going to give myself 1 minute to feel differently. And that is enough to change everything. So like, even like for you, how would you feel like, how would you walk outside if you knew people around you are awake and aware just like you are? How would your posture change? How would your actions change?
It does make a lot of difference, because I can change from one moment on the other moment. I can be very not confident, and then when I need to, I am. Yes. This has to do because when I was small, my father abused me, and sometimes he broke my arm or something like this, and then we had to go to a reception with important people. And then I had to smile, and and I had to act, because if I didn't, if he got home, he broke my other arm. So you see, and now I have the ability to change completely, and very nice. And I even believe myself sometimes when I'm doing that. But then after 2 hours after, it's it goes like this, and then so I can do it. But for a certain time, and afterwards, I not feel good. So you know. Yeah, like you said, maybe you should do, because affirmations, it really helps. It really does help. So maybe I should
Yeah,
do more of that, because I see it with you. Because 2 years ago, I think you made your first video, or I don't
probably
know,
like, yeah.
something like this. And just last week I saw it, and my God, what a difference! Because very good, very good. It's very courageous, to do those things, those videos.
Yeah,
You
so like
practice.
I think like with you, because of what you experienced in your entire life, it has this massive case of, like what you're gonna feel currently. And it's a practice to just like switch that beingness, switch that, like, like your body motion, your state, your energy, like where focus goes, energy flows. So if you focus on confident, even just for 2 minutes, like Rich and I would practice, like, let's say manifestation. And manifestation for us will take 2 minutes out of for 24 hours in a day. That's it. We don't need any more time. And we're not like, okay, we're expecting results tomorrow, but we're just playing. And for example, like, I can walk into the kitchen and I'm going to make myself some cocoa or get some water. And oh my God, I just got notification on my phone that someone paid $7,000. Fuck yeah. And that's it. I'm not going to do more than that. Like I might like think of some scenario and just play with it. And I'm going to celebrate it. Like, oh my God, I went for a walk and I met this amazing person and they were so loving and kind and they know as much as I do. We had this great conversation for 10 minutes. Wow, great day. And that's it. You don't need to anymore. You don't need to sit for 2 hours or 5 hours just working on that. A few minutes, even just sitting confident. Oh, wow, this city is great. I love the people that are awake here. And that's it. Let it go. Drop it. Don't try to work at manifesting it. Just like play with it and let it go. And you're going to see a massive difference. So like for me, like, like it's a muscle. It's not easy. It's simple concept, but it's always like a work in progress. But you do it here and there once in a while, and it starts like taking, things into effect.